exists. It exists and we aren't dead.
Where is everyone? So Jeremy, tell the camera what we're doing now.
We're trying to find a free tour.
Yeah, no, we are on the street almost immediately, and it's kind of time to, I guess, to get in the swing of things, huh? I don't know if I'm feeling it, but we'll figure it out. Tim Hortons has transcended national barriers to grace us with its presence in Madrid.
God, we finally have room keys. Wait, we finally have room keys. After a full day of waiting. After a day of roaming the city, this is the most beautiful thing we've ever seen. Oh man, the room is actually pretty nice. And I am so unbelievably greasy right now. Holy, you get to see this down below. I like this place. I'm sad we have to leave tomorrow. Okay, so I'm gonna take a little nap right now. It is 5:37. We've basically spent the day since we've got in trying to find our hostel, which we did pretty easily, and then wandering around the city and taking a tour. Now, we think we've pretty much seen quite a bit, if not most of what Madrid has to offer. We were considering leaving the city early, but ended up, I guess, reflexively booking another hostel night here as soon as we touched down, just out of fear of not having a place to stay the night after this one. So we're going to be staying at this hostel here tonight, and then we're heading to another hostel tomorrow before setting off 2 days from now to Barcelona. I don't know what Jeremy's going to be doing, but I know I just showered up and I'm going to take that nap. I didn't get any sleep on the plane ride last night. I'm dying here. I'm starting to say all kinds of delusional things just out of pure tiredness alone. And with that, I'll stop rambling and talk to you later.
We have finished napping at the hostel and are now in search of the ever elusive cheap beer. We have yet to find any. So we did find cheap beer. I'm just gonna change the lighting a little bit. So we did find cheap beer at a supermarket where a bunch of locals were shopping. So they seem to have the cheapest kind of beer around, just in the form of regular bottles and cans. Problem is we are not allowed to drink at our hostel without using the bar itself. But instead we're gonna be going to a pub crawl to visit, I believe, 3 locations with 8 other hostels. So hopefully we're able to find some other Canadians or maybe Americans, or at the very least some British folk who also speak English that could make this day a little bit easier in terms of trying to communicate with people. I'm excited for it, but we are definitely busting our budget at this point. We should be able to save though, assuming that we are close to the train station, so we won't have to spend money on a taxi like we did in order to get from the airport to the hostel. We originally planned to stay in Madrid for about 3 days or so. We realized that that's probably not the case. We probably could have spent today and then tomorrow and left about halfway through tomorrow. However, we booked a night tomorrow at a hostel with a very bad cancellation policy, which is to say they don't have one. So we will be staying in Madrid tomorrow night as well as tonight, and then we will be off to Barcelona. Okay, it is day 2. We're on our way out of the hostel. The pub crawl was a complete success. It was unlike anything I've ever experienced in Saskatchewan. People keep calling it that because the only way people have ever heard of Saskatoon before is through that Adam Sandler movie. Of course, the pub crawl being a complete success means that Jeremy and I are pretty hungover. Now we gotta go get out of here in 5 minutes and then make our way over to the next hostel where we'll spend our second night in Madrid. Oh, remember the Scots. There's 4 Scottish guys we spent the entire night with. They were a lot of fun. Scottish people are excellent. All right, we're gonna head out before we get kicked out of this building and have to pay the late fee. So, catch you in a bit. Okay, we've managed to check into second hostel, hostel number 2. The first one was the room 007 Kuchka Madrid. This one is the Hat Madrid. We're just about to head off to the train station and then see what time the trains leave at tomorrow so we can get to Barcelona without any problems, hopefully. That's what I have. Okay, so we've just finished getting our train passes. Our pass is validated and our train tickets for tomorrow to Barcelona after waiting in line for most of the day and having to walk to the train station. All right, so check this out. If you open up this app, it works as a camera, and if you... So it works as a camera, and if you hold it over top of text...
Do you want to see that first?
Here. All right, so this is in Spanish. And I'll go ahead, zip that underneath. Close access to train 2 minutes. Look at that. And then, all right, take it away. And that is not English. That's, wow, that's very cool. I'm very impressed. And you can use it offline, which is the most useful thing, since finding Wi-Fi around here is a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. It's a little bit loud. Hopefully you can hear me. We are currently on our way with our packs to the train station we were at yesterday. We have to go catch a 9:30 train. It is currently 7:45. This is our breakfast. Jared, can I see the big piece of bread we got for 80 cents? So I'm happy about that. It's gonna save us a little bit of cash. Jeremy and I severely underestimated our ability to walk quickly and ended up getting to the platform significantly earlier than we thought we'd be. It's currently 8:12. We gave ourselves about an hour and a half to get through security here at the train station, but it only took us about 30 seconds. Now we have a full hour to wait before the train shows up, so I guess we'll just be sitting around for a bit. We have arrived in Barcelona.